shoulders feel kind of tight, I've got a couple good ones for you. So let's have a seat to start. So here, begin with legs crossed. Find a comfortable seat. Bring your hands to chest. And just giving yourself a moment to kind of tune in to your practice. Just begin to deepen your breathing. So as you inhale, feel the ribs expanding, the sides and the back of your body. And on the exhale, feel your belly button draw in. Do not eyes close here or take a downward gaze. See if you can lengthen the breath a little bit, so lengthen on the inhale. So I say, kind of using those coughing muscles. Those are the ones you want to use to kind of slow that breathing down. Helps to steady the breath into your stretch. So if you can't breathe comfortably in a pose, then don't go so far into your stretch. That's kind of the idea. So now I'm going to come up onto my knees. If you have any bad knees, like right now, a carpet underneath you, you can fold your mat. Now scoot back, put your knees right on top of here. If your hips feel a little bit too tight, you can also sit on top of, you get like a bolster, a couple of books or blocks, you can sit on top of them as well. But for stretch, we're going to bring our hands out in front. So if your shoulders feel tight, like start from your hands down. So look at your hands. How do your hands feel? Tight? Possibly, right? So you're even kind of opening up the fingers. A lot of times our hands are always just kind of shut, so see if you can open up your hand and then maybe give a little stretch. So just sort of pushing right from the knuckle to opening it up. So not quite from the nails, but from the knuckle. So that's okay. And then you're pressing your hands into the ground. See if I can even come up now onto my toes. So make sure you guys can see me. So make sure you can see my toes are curled under. And now I'm going to press my hands into the ground, really spread my fingers wide, and then start, so the toes will give you a little bit more control. I don't want my hands way out here, I want them close to my knees. And now begin to shift your weight forward with the hands into the ground, and just gently feel that stretch now through the forearms. And can you breathe here? You can give it just a gentle rock. And notice if one arm feels tighter than the other, because that can also happen. Sending my hips back. Maybe I can send my hands the other way. So a challenge is if your hands come out, could you keep them close together? So spread the fingers wide and gently bring the palms into the ground. And now, if possible, keeping my hands close to my knees, can I start to lean it back? If your fingers are closing, make sure they're still open. Inhale, release my hands. Maybe I can now put the tops of my hands on the ground. So if you're kind of do both ways. So now give your hands a break. Bring your hands together and just roll them. So, but if you have that stretch into your arms at all, you'll feel it. So just massage your wrists, massage them by rolling them around. So another way to get the stretch that's really nice is actually to use like a prop. If you have like a coffee table or something you can use, you can even bring that in now. I'm just going to use this table here. So I'm going to kind of go sideways so you guys can see me. I'm going to bring my elbows to the top of the table. And then from here, and ideally you'd just be facing it straight on, I'll let you see me. And then from here, see if I can gently bring my head into my forearms. Oops, closing my table. Head into my forearms, fingertips up towards the ceiling, and on an exhale, letting my head sink down between my elbows. If you have a friend there, they can even walk your elbows closer together as you let your chest come down through your, down between the shoulders towards the ground. So this is a big shoulder stretch. Or if you have bare arms, it'll be easier to kind of keep your elbows in one spot. Good, and you're releasing. And keep my table closed. And then feel stretching when it gets like up the back of your shoulders, a little bit of triceps too. And then from here, taking it down to the floor. So here, can I lay my chest to the ground? I'm going to send my right arm out to the side. Even I can do a thumb up here. I'm going to keep my right leg down on the floor, bring my left leg up and over me, and I'm going to look away from my right hand. My left hand is just sort of stabilizing. And I can feel it stretch all the way from my bicep up to my shoulder. And even see if I can look over to my left shoulder. It's a big stretch, even for your neck. So it's like a twisted spider monkey pose. Last deep breath here. And taking your chest down to the floor, switch sides, let the other thumb come out and up to the ceiling. Left leg stays straight onto the ground. And twist to look over. See if you can keep your thumb up towards the ceiling. It's a big opening through the shoulder. And you want that hand about shoulder height, so if it's too low, bring it a little higher, onto my middle, or you want it right in line with my left shoulder. Slowly taking your chest back down. Inhale, coming up. So that stretch I did with the table is very similar. It's just sort of a child's pose, except it's letting you go a little deeper into it. Inhale, coming up. Gentle seat. Maybe switch the cross my legs a little different. See if I can reach one arm up. Let that arm internally rotate, sort of back to the back wall, and then see if I can let it drop down. So if your head starts to jump forward, drop your chin and drop back. So see if I can pull that elbow a little bit more in. So going this way. My goal here is for, sometimes people try and touch their hands, the other wrapping the other way around. I'm trying to get this arm along my spine. So can I drop my wrist down as I stretch? Exhale, switch. Opening on that side, inhale up. And exhale. So letting the hand drop down. If my head starts to drift forward, send it back. Thinking of dropping that hand, making it as if it were an extension of my spine. So wanting my forearm to be parallel to my spine, or even just right along it. Right here. And release. So I'm taking down across. And exhale. So think about holding kind of high up on the arm. It's not really trying, sometimes people do the stretch and they kind of just press it down, so I'm not really getting much of a benefit out of it. So I'm going to try to keep my arm up and send this hand away from me. Keeping the shoulder in place, but send the arm away. So it's just kind of traveling on that axis out and away, and then gently drawing this part in. So let the hands relax. And exhale. Try to the side. So shoulder can stay in place, but then draw the arm towards you. It's still kind of traveling away, the shoulders back, and then see if you can breathe in a little bit more. And then let that hand relax here. So not really push my elbow, but a little bit higher. And letting it down. Just get a nice stretch through the trapezius muscles. Let your chin drop down with your arms crossed. Last few deep breaths here.